how the mighty have fallen. I mean, obviously, you're really talking about an icon, and I think there are a lot of people who don't follow the stock market well who will be shocked at this. I mean, those who follow it well know that from 27 down to 13, it's been, frankly, really a kind of a national corporate tragedy. But I think the rest of the world's going to discover and say, what happened to GE? And the answer is it was very poorly managed. And as much as John Flannery's trying to turn it around, it's more than a battleship. It's about 10 battleships, and there's just a lot of divisions that are leaky. I think that John's going to try to fix things, and it can be fixable. But I understand that the balance sheet not as great as I'd like it to be, and I also know that Steve Tusa from J.P. Morgan's been dead right the whole way, and he says the dividend has to be cut.
We're at a 52-week low, or what would be an all-time low, basically, right now. Do you think that the worst is over? I mean, even though this is a battleship and there might still be problems to be dealt with, Jim, the stock could put in a bottom well before that, as we all know. We've seen that before. Do you think that we're close to it?
Yeah, I do, Melissa. I mean, I literally think that when oil and gas was going back up, I felt that there's a lot of optionality for Flannery. If it stays right here, there's still a lot of optionality. Flannery being the new CEO. The power division is the black hole. Long-term care, they tell me that they've got their arms around it. There are pension issues. Do they need to cut the dividend again? They have not said that that's necessary. However, there was a very convoluted conference call where it seemed like that maybe it was on the table. But you know what? To go against Steve Tusa here is a dangerous thing. The man has been dead right. He's J.P. Morgan's guy. I am sure that J.P. Morgan recognizes this guy is very, very powerful. And until he goes from sell to hold, I am unwilling to call bottom of the stock. Yes, he is that good. And he was on to GE long before everybody. And I use that word deliberate, on to it, meaning there was a lot that you needed to be on to, and most people, including me.
Yes.
Including me.
Yes.
I believed. And that's why I was wrong.
So Walgreens Boots Alliance is going in the Dow to replace General Electric. Was that a surprise choice?
No, I think that they've been leaning towards healthcare, and they like these kind of, look, they went with UNH, which I think surprised a lot of people. There's a lot of healthcare in the Dow. I think that that's because it's a reflection of what's happened to the GDP growth, as we know from Warren Buffett, as we know from Bezos. I thought Amazon would have been a more likely one, as we know from Jamie Dimon. The healthcare just takes up a huge amount of the GDP, so it fits to have a lot of healthcare. And I like a lot of things that Walgreens doing. I would have preferred CVS, but it's still in the arbitrage situation.
If Mr. Cramer were head of the committee that chose the next component to be added to the Dow, would it have been a FANG stock?
Yes, definitely. I mean, look,
and
the economy is Amazon.
Be?
To not have it in Amazon, not have Amazon in there, I think is just a very big mistake. So that wasn't natural.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.